Hello everyone, we are studying environmental microbiology and we are discussing about bioleaching. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about leaching of copper, uranium and gold metals. We have discussed how particularly microorganisms are used and how we can maintain or control that environment for the proper leaching of the ore by the microorganisms. Now, leaching of copper. We all know that copper is a essential and most precious metal. So in 1970s, the largest plant for the microbial leaching was that for the dump leaching. Dump leaching method we have discussed in last lecture. So for dump leaching of the Kennett Copper Corporation at Bingham, UT, USA. The contents of the dumps stored there were estimated at more than 3.6 into 10 raised to 9 tons, and about 200 tons of copper were recovered every day by bioleaching. So here we can see that by bioleaching we can recover a large amount of metal. The process for copper is very similar, but the efficiency and the kinetics depend on the copper mineralogy. The most efficient minerals are supergene minerals such as colloquite, Cu2s and covellite Cus. The main copper mineral chalcopyrite, that is CuFeS2, that is copper, iron आणि sulfurचा compound is not leached very efficiently, which is why the dominant copper producing technology remains flotation. Okay, so dominant copper producing technology is the flotation, but the main copper that chalcopyrite is not leached very efficiently by the bioleaching, so flotation remains the dominant technology. Then it is followed by smelting and refining. The leaching of chalcopyrite follows the two stages of being dissolved and further oxidized, with Cu2 plus ions being left in the solution. Okay, in the Chile, it is the world's major copper producing country. It is expected that within the next years several industrial applications of bacterial leaching will be operated, yielding 250,000 tons of cathodic copper per year, which will be equal to about 16% of present total copper production in the Chile. Okay, here we can see in the diagram that how copper recovery process is done by using bioleaching technology. Bioleaching, that is also called as biomining technology. See, in copper leaching, dump method is used. We have discussed this. So dumped low grade sulfide copper ore is present in the heap leaching. Heap leaching is also used, and leaching solution is added and copper cathodes are generated. Then leaching of uranium. Commercial application of bioleaching of uranium from the low grade ores has been practiced since 1960s. Best known are in situ leaching operations in the underground uranium mines in the Elliot Lake district of Canada, including the Stanrock, Milliken and Denison mines. At that time, the annual production of uranium from the Stanrock mine was about 50,000 kg. Okay, so overall here what we have to discuss is that uranium हा एक रेडिओ एलिमेंट आहे आणि त्याचा अंडरग्राउंड माइन्समधून ज्याची रिकव्हरी आहे ती आपण बायोलिचिंगमुळे त्याचं इन्क्रीमेंट झालेलं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. विथ द प्रेझेंट रिडक्शन इन द वर्ल्ड डिमांड फॉर युरॅनियम, द प्राइसेस आर ॲट लो लेवल अँड द Denison mines have stopped production because there is a little restriction on the use of uranium. There has been a long standing debate as to whether the microbially assisted leaching of uranium ore is by direct or indirect mechanism. In leaching of uranium, the bacteria do not directly attack the uranium mineral, but they generate Fe3 from pyrite and soluble Fe2. Okay, Fe3 readily attacks the minerals, incorporating the uranium 4 to converting it to the uranium 6, which is soluble in the dilute sulfuric acid. The biooxidation is about 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to 6 times faster than the chemical oxidation. तर ही जी युरॅनियमची लिचिंग प्रोसेस आहे ती आपण डायरेक्ट किंवा इनडायरेक्ट असं डायरेक्ट अजून सांगू शकत नाही, कारण जरी बॅक्टेरिया इन्व्हॉल्ड असले तरी डायरेक्टली ते युरॅनियमच्या ओरवरती ॲक्ट नाही करत. हे युरॅनियम मिनरलला डायरेक्टली ते अटॅच नाही होत. ते फर्स्ट कन्वर्ट इट इनटू द सी हियर दे जनरेट pyrite. From pyrite they generate Fe3 and soluble Fe2 आणि मग they Fe3 attacks on the mineral incorporating uranium 4 and convert it to uranium 6 आणि मग हा uranium 6 आहे तो सल्फ्युरिक ॲसिड मध्ये डायल्यूट सल्फ्युरिक ॲसिड मध्ये soluble आहे, so we can recover it. Then leaching of gold. See, gold is a very precious and valuable metal. During the last 10 years of biotreatment, the refractory gold ores which contain finely disseminated gold particles associated with the sulfide minerals including arsenopyrite, pyrite and pyroxite has been developed to an industrial application, and several tank leaching operations are being run in South Africa, Brazil and Australia. The refractory gold ores are recalcitrant to direct cyanidation process. Cyanidation process means using cyanide we are going to recover it, and the decomposition of mineral sulfide matrix is required before the gold can be extracted. Okay, there are various traditional methods for the treatment of refractory ores, but bioleaching was found to be new, low energy alternative. Okay, see, cyanidation and other decomposition methods are used, but bioleaching is new and low energy alternative. Without pre-treatment, usually less than 50% of gold is recovered by cyanidation. After bioleaching, more than 95% of gold is extracted depending on mineral composition of ore and on the extent of pre-treatment. Many of these deposits are refractory and tend to resist cyanidation. Bioleaching offers a new low-cost alternative for oxidizing these refractory ores. Now see, bioleaching, as far as the recovery of valuable minerals is concerned, is not being considered today only with the respect to its ability to recover the valuable metals. There is a demand for less expensive and more environmentally friendly process. Further development is necessary with respect to both technical and biological aspects. The latter includes increasing the rate of leaching and tolerance of the microorganisms to the heavy metals. Genetic improvement of bioleaching bacteria, whether by mutation and selection or by genetic engineering, will bring results more quickly than conventional procedures like screening and adaptation. And in the meantime, considerable progress has been made on the development of genetic system for Thiobacillus ferrooxidans. See, bioleaching is not the only way for the recovery of the metal or recovery of the metal from the लो ग्रेड ओर्स और व्हॅल्युएबल मेटल्सची रिकव्हरी करण्यासाठी फक्त बायोलिचिंग हा एकच वे नाही आहे. बट वाय धिस बायोलिचिंग इज सजेस्टेड? बिकॉज इट इज मोर एन्व्हायरमेंटल friendly and less expensive. So what we have to do is genetic improvement of bacteria, okay, by mutation or by genetic engineering. Then besides recovery of valuable metals from non-sulfide minerals, heterotrophic microorganisms can also be used for upgrading mineral raw materials by removal of impurities. Quartz sands, kaolins and clays often contain iron oxides which lower the quality of these mineral raw materials. The impurities can be removed by chemical as well as by microbiological methods, the latter being based on the bacterial and fungal production of the organic acids and other chelating metabolic agents. Most of the bacteria active in iron removal are related to the genera Bacillus and Pseudomonas. Among the fungi, Aspergillus and penicillin were found to be most effective ones. Best results are achieved when oxalic acid and citric acid were the main components in the leach suspension. See, आपल्याला बायोलिचिंग प्रोसेस आपण रिकव्हरीसाठी ते यूज करतोच, बट besides that we can use the microorganisms for removing of the impurities in the ores. ओके, जसं आपण इम्प्युरिटीज रिमूव्ह करू तसं दुसऱ्या मेथड्सने किंवा बायोलिचिंगने सुद्धा मिनरल्स एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट करणं किंवा मिनरल्स त्याच्यामधून सेपरेट करणं इट विल बी इझी. सो फॉर दॅट मोस्ट used genera are Bacillus, Pseudomonas, Aspergillus and Penicillin. This is all about the bioleaching process. Thank you.